the warrior of the Namib Desert. The winds of the Namib Desert howl like an invisible army, lifting blazing red grains of sand into the sky. In the midst of that blinding sandstorm, proud silhouettes emerge, their horns rising like swords piercing the burning sun. Oryx, the gem spot, symbol of strength, pride, and the will to survive in the harshest extremes. Its horns stretch up to 1.20 meters, straight and sharp like the spears of ancient warriors. They are not only a symbol of beauty, but also weapons strong enough to pierce the flesh of enemies, even bringing down a full-grown lion. When the sunlight glimmers on the dunes, the two horns blend into one, forming a legendary vision. Many ancient tribes believed that the oryx was the origin of the unicorn legend, a creature of pride and mystery. When the dry season reaches its peak, not only water, but even the scarce patches of green grass become battlefields. The males step out from the herd, their bodies tense like drawn bows, horns lowered in readiness for the fight. The clash of horns echoes through the stillness. Each strike is a challenge. Blood spatters onto the red sand, yet neither steps back. The victor earns the right to lead the herd and guard the territory. The defeated must leave, wandering through the burning sea of sand, carrying the scars of failure and the weight of solitude. In the arid ecosystem of the Namib Desert, the oryx is a silent guide. Its footsteps open the way for other herbivores, leading them to rare patches of grass. The oryx keeps the cycle of life unbroken amid the endless sea of sand. By day, herds of oryx usually shelter beneath the sparse shade of thorny trees, conserving energy and avoiding the scorching heat. Only in the early morning and late afternoon do they move with strength, their eyes ever watchful for dangers lurking from afar. Beneath the dazzling sun, a herd of oryx grazes. In the distance, a lion hides in the dry grass, drawing closer step by silent step. A sudden eruption. The herd of oryx bolts away, hooves tearing through the golden sand as red dust rises in a choking cloud. The lions surge forward, the gap between predator and prey shrinking with every second. But the most merciless enemy of the oryx is not the lion, but the Namib Desert itself. The scorching daytime heat, the searing dry winds, and the endless lack of water push them to the very edge of survival. The frail calves often cannot withstand the harsh trials. Only a united herd, under the protection of the adults, has the chance to guide the new generation safely across the burning sea of sand. Each day of survival is a victory, and that victory is paid for with strength, intelligence, and survival instincts honed through thousands of years of evolution. Twilight stains the Namib sands red as the herd of oryx stands tall, their horns raised like spears guarding life. A majestic yet solitary image, like a warning sent to all humankind. The oryx is not just an antelope, it is the spirit of the desert. A symbol of resilience, teaching us lessons of adaptation and pride. To protect the oryx is to protect the fragile cycle of life in this harsh land, where survival and death are separated by nothing more than a single hot wind. In nature, no victory is ever permanent. Strength will eventually fade, but the mark of pride and the power of adaptation will remain, etched deep into the endless cycle of life. Giraffe, the giant of the savannah. Dawn bursts over the African savanna, revealing a golden kingdom awakening. And from that sea of grass, colossal silhouettes rise like living towers. Not trees, not man-made structures. They are giants with legs like pillars, holding up the sky. Giraffes, majestic yet harboring unexpected strength. Male giraffes can reach up to 5.4 meters, while females grow to around 4.3 meters, both standing tall and majestic, nearly 3 times the height of an adult human. They are the tallest animals on the planet. Their eyes rise high above the grasslands, scanning every movement of predators from over a kilometer away. Height is not only an advantage, but also a weapon for survival. The heart of a giraffe is a supreme machine. Weighing more than 11 kilos, it generates twice the pressure of a human heart, driving blood up to a brain nearly 3 meters above the ground. Without it, every stride could make them collapse or even prove fatal. All these traits form a perfect survival machine, yet they also hold secrets few people know. They are not merely leaf eaters. They feed on foliage at heights no other species can reach, clearing the way for lower feeders, such as antelopes and zebras, to access food. There is a secret hidden beneath this graceful exterior. The endless neck is not just for browsing leaves, but for fighting. With only 7 vertebrae, just like humans, yet each as large as a baseball bat. And in combat, the neck turns into a massive sledgehammer. When the dry season comes, the males begin their battles to compete for territory and mates. They stand face to face, necks raised high, eyes blazing. Then a swing of the neck crashes down like a sledgehammer, the sound echoing like thunder. Each strike can tear skin, break bones, and even take a life. The battle is not only about strength, it is an ancient ritual of thousands of years, where the victor earns the right to pass on the finest genes to the next generation. This is the reason why the giraffe's neck is so long, not to reach the branches, but to win dominance and affirm the stature of a true giant. Female giraffes are resilient mothers. When a calf is born, the herd forms a protective circle, their long legs ready to kick away any predator that dares to come close. The calf needs only a few hours to stand firm and follow the herd. Yet the first months of life are the harshest trial. Enemies are ever watchful, from lions to hyenas and even African wild dogs. Only unity, vigilance, and speed can ensure the survival of the next generation. Every step of the herd is a challenge cast towards the entire world of predators. By day, giraffes move in small herds, their eyes ever watchful. They feed constantly, with each individual able to consume more than 30 kilos of leaves a day, keeping the acacia forests in check. When drinking, they are forced to spread their front legs wide and lower their head to the ground. In this moment, they are extremely vulnerable to attack. One small mistake, and a lurking lion will charge like a phantom. That is why within the herd, there are always a few individuals standing guard, watching in all directions. At the sound of an alarm call, the whole herd bolts like the wind, their long legs sweeping across the ground at speeds of up to 60 kilometers per hour. As dusk falls, their towering necks are bathed in the crimson glow of twilight. In that moment, they appear like pillars holding up the sky. And perhaps the greatest lesson giraffes teach us is that to survive and rise, it takes not only strength, but also a vision that reaches beyond all limits. Hornbill, the knight with a helmet of the ancient forest. At dawn in the ancient forests of Southeast Asia, when mist still weaves through the crowns of towering trees, a deep sound echoes through the air. It is not the wind, nor the call of a predator, but the powerful beating of wings, like the sound of war drums. Emerging against the vast blue sky is a magnificent creature, with a long, bright yellow beak crowned by a large casque, like the helmet of a warrior. This is the hornbill, the ruler of the tropical forest skies. The hornbill is one of the largest birds of the Asian tropical forests, with a wingspan of over 1 meter, a powerful body, and wings that produce a distinctive whistling sound. The casque on its beak is not just for display. It is a powerful weapon in battles, a tool for picking fruit from high branches, and an important signal for attracting a mate. When flying, the sound of air being cleaved by its wings is like an axe striking through the sky, echoing throughout the forest and announcing its presence to all creatures. Hornbills are known as the seed sowers of the ancient forest. They eat fruit, swallow the seeds whole, then fly far away and release them in new areas. Thanks to this, forests are regenerated and the ecosystem is sustained. Without hornbills, the tropical rainforest would lose part of its vitality. When the mating season arrives, the males begin fierce combat rituals. The sound of their beaks clashing echoes like swords and spears striking on a battlefield. Hornbills usually live alone or in pairs. They rarely form large flocks like many other bird species. The most remarkable trait of the hornbill is its enduring love. Once it has chosen a mate, it remains bonded for life. This faithfulness makes the bird a sacred symbol of love and loyalty. To protect the eggs and chicks from all dangers, the female hornbill performs an extraordinary act. She seals herself inside a hollow of an ancient tree. For many long months, she entrusts her life entirely to the male, who tirelessly flies back and forth, bringing figs, berries, and even lizards, passing them through the narrow slit. It is an act of absolute sacrifice for love and life. This is not just a reproductive ritual, but a heroic tale of fatherly devotion and absolute loyalty, rarely seen in the natural world. The hornbill's distinctive call, a deep, resonant sound with a lingering echo, can carry for several kilometers. Many cultures regard the hornbill as a sacred creature, a symbol of rebirth and wisdom, depicted in carvings, stories, and indigenous beliefs. With an astonishing lifespan that can exceed 40 years, each adult hornbill has sown the seeds for thousands of young trees, helping to shape the life of the ancient forest for generations. The hornbill's casque, also known as the ivory of the beak, holds high value on the black market, making them relentless targets for hunters. Losing the hornbill is not just the loss of a magnificent bird, but also the loss of the forest's primary architect. The entire ecosystem would face the risk of collapse if the powerful beat of its wings were to vanish forever from the sky. The hornbill is not only the artist of the forest, but also the warrior who keeps the flame of life alive. Preserving their call is preserving the very soul of the ancient forest.